Hmm. Sounds good. Almost just missed it again. I don't know how I keep doing this to myself. I wish I knew. It's because genuinely we're not ready ever for anything. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live back again. Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero. Had a couple errands to run. Took the little guy to the park. Fun was had by all, and I think we just beat the rain. So that's good, and we'll sort of see where this afternoon stream takes us as we're sort of back into police work. Not that like we ever not do police work, but we sort of don't do the best police work. We just came off of 95 hours deep. That never gets old. We just got off of dealing with a little bit of a ghost situation, so I don't know why we were dealing with that. But now we were asked to meet up. I believe it was to take the vehicle down to the mayor of Minor Village. I believe if I sort of take a little peekaroonie onto the detective groupings here in Chapter 4, we'll see that we completed the ruins investigation. That was a side quest, by the way. There's a lot of side quests here. Not that I'm turning that down. I actually like those, but there, the Mines Mayoral request. So we got a ride with the CGF vehicle that's right in front of us there from Major Seeker, where they can offer us the ride. So we'll see what's sort of been up. He says it's been days since a resident has gone missing for Crossbell City, and they haven't returned. So maybe we should have checked on up at there, but that's okay. Let's on head into the Riding Guardian Force car to the Mines Mining Village. It's great, and we got ourselves a beer that I don't get too often, but I'd love to see it. And these aluminum bottles. I know those are big things in the States. Not so much here, unfortunately. It keeps the beverage super cold, which is great. It's the Lager Shed Light. There is also another normal non-light version we also got, but just can't. This is what I grabbed out of the fridge. We'll just jump at that. Anyways, yes, we're impressed by how much faster we travel with your car. See, like, it's such a weird thing. I'm coming from Trails in the Sky where we're like first class citizens is the Bracer Guild with Joshua and Asil, flying everywhere by airship. They did travel a lot by foot, but they bitch almost all the time when they go walking anywhere. So it's like we haven't touched an airship. We arrived at the beginning of the game 95 hours ago by train into Crossbell City, and then we sort of have taken the bus places here and there, but it's just weird. They're all just whiny people. It's okay. It is what it is. Regardless, just go meet on up with the mayor and sort of see what. Yeah, his house is the mansion at the back. No, it's not quite a mansion, but you know, it's where we'll figure it out. That's a good beer. I mean, the other one's good, but I wasn't expecting the light version to be so good. I wasn't expecting that. I just gotta get something on for the little guy there. Here we go. He's not here. Like, I mean, he is here, but he's roaming around where my wife is in the living room. So let's go visit up at the back. Like I said, all of the nice quests were done from the get-go, so we're strolling on into what may or may not actually be progress, actually. So, yeah, we are at the special support section. You've been waiting for me, Mayor Bixson. Well, welcome on in. Like I said, not a mansion. Apologies for making you come all this way. Truth be told, I intended to go see you in the city, but don't worry about that at all. Stopping by wasn't an inconvenience for us at all, so would you mind explaining the support quest? Now let's have a seat, pour some tea. We're just gonna have it. You pour some tea, I'll have a beer. We'll all be happy about it. That's the important part. So in summary, one of your miners, Gantz, traveled to Crossbell City almost 2 weeks ago and hasn't been back since. You know where I'm thinking right off the hop? The casino. I swear to God, I haven't played this. I just thought of that for a hot second. I was like, it's a guy who probably doesn't get away from the mine too often. There's a casino in Crossbell City. He's just been sitting at that slot machine on the second floor all goddamn day. People have even told me that he would go to the city's entertainment district on weekends to gamble. The fact that he hasn't contacted anyone for 2 whole weeks has us worried. Probably because he's lost his shirt. Everyone around town is wondering where he's gone or if something happened to him. That is definitely strange. So there may be some specific reason he has not returned, such as being involved in an accident. Well, at the very least, I hope he hasn't been attacked by any of the monsters that have started to appear on the outskirts of the city. He's probably a big enough dude that can probably handle himself. What if the miner is just a goddamn good gambler, making a killing in the casino if he plays his cards right? If I were him and that happened, I'd be chilling in Michelin with a drink in one hand and the other hand with around a pretty lady's waist. Yeah, I doubt that's the case. For starters, he isn't you. Rainey does make a valid point, though. We cannot ignore the possibility. Well, I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't see that happening. Why is that? Well, Gantz is the least serious person I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, but while he may love gambling to death, he's absolutely horrible at it. On top of that, he's got the luck of a man who would keel over from a splinter, and every time he comes home, his wallet is as dry as a desert. Yeah, have a little laugh about it, Lloyd, as this guy's probably poor and drunk. In that case, he might make some cash in the lottery, but without any real skill, I doubt he'd be much win in a poker game. Perhaps he took out a sum of Mira and ran off before the loan sharks could catch him? Another possibility to consider. That was actually one of the scenarios we considered before you arrived. With that case, I have no idea how we'd find him. Understood, Mayor Bixon. Leave us to find Gantz. We'll start investigating the casino and other places he may have visited. Alright, it's in our hands. Good. Yep. Let me get your phone number while I'm here, and we'll jot that down in our Orbital network. Well, it's already evening, and probably about time we head back to Crossbell City. Still need to gather more information before the day is done, so yes, we should return before it gets dark. Could you give us a ride, Noel? Oh, of course, my horse. Hop on in and we'll move on out. Wait, so do I want to find out information here? Like, see if anyone knows. I wonder where Gantz ran off to. He's usually only gone for about 3 days, but no one's been able to find him. Okay, so 3 days is his normal jaunt, and we're looking at 2 weeks. This is a village house. Logie and Amy should be getting back any minute now. I think I'll have to prepare a special dinner tonight since Logie's been working so hard lately. Logie, have you been working hard? I don't buy that for $1. I like that this village isn't too giant. You know, you can basically ask anyone. If I have the time right, the miners should be heading home right about now. I imagine they went to soothe their aching bones to get ready for tomorrow. Sure. Do we have any orbs that we need to be thrown on there? Quartz, orbs, quartz. I'm seeing that we are starting to get some level 3 stuff, so that would be nice. Like, do we have an action, impede, or EP cut? Ooh, what's strike? Probably can't get in there. Chance to critically strike. It's 10%. There's an effort. Increases chance to cook a supreme dish. Another good one. Move 2. The prankster. Oh, see, that would have been great to throw on had we have known. Increases chance of escaping from battle. Intimidation. Increases enemies of being more likely to run away on the field. So these are like good, but not really what we need. Cast in luck. Oh. What one was last apple? That might be a good one. Yeah, hit 2. Oh, who has the EP cut 3? How dare they? Information. Oh. So that's at 3 points. What does Heaven's Eye do? Oh, so that's Eagle Eye and information. Okay. Yeah, we got attack 3, seal. I think we got to move 2? Or move 3? Oh, no, we don't. Shit. Yeah, a lot of these points are already sort of already pretty good. Yeah, by throwing in another greenie there, maybe? See where that maybe would take us. 16 points. Is that getting us any other points? Not really. Where... I was gonna say, where's the, No, that's not it. Is it the detective book? The lists. We'll be looking at some extra points here. A debilitate. Boy, that's basically it, eh? Oh, and then this was the other one I wanted to look at. I didn't even know if this was like anything. Ooh. So you get that celestial at the end there, 10 and 8. That's going to recover a large amount of people with a revive and a heal all. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Again, not really a lot of things that I was actually thinking of finding here. Because we are pretty old. Jeez, look at their point. Can't even have them in. Well, jeez. I might want to actually throw them into the... Who would they be replaced? Oh, okay, jeez. They got heal. They got everything. Gorgon breath. Yeah, they certainly got something. I just don't know who they would, like, replace Tio, maybe? I don't know what their weapon is, though. A gun. A pretty sturdy-looking gun. Battle jacket. We're good with that. What we got? Faint and prevents poison. I'm thinking, actually, maybe we throw them into the group there. I just, like... They heal, but they're sort of like a little bit of everything. So, like, I don't know, like, do we get rid of... Like, they shoot a gun, so that's making me think of getting rid of her. But she's got a hell of She's got a hell of an SP. Yeah, that looks good. I almost feel I could almost move them up. Like, put them up there. Yeah, and that's good. I mean, she could probably actually go further back. That probably actually will work for us. Noelle and Tio, level 32s across the board. I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to see what her S break was. How do we figure that out? The Blast Storm uses successive heavy weaponry to rain down fire. And then they got electromagnetic net. That's what they use. So what would she be using? She'd be using the Saintly Bullet. So she would still be healing us. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Then a grenade, assault rush. Okay. Let's see how it works out. Okay, so we've been in there. We've asked everyone. Sort of ask everyone. Again, welcome to Orbit Hour, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. I love it. Chatted on up into the inn. Oh, geez. There's someone there. Work is finally over. That's Logie. He's pooped and just wants to go home and relax. Like, oh, it's fine. You can, of course, go home and relax at the Der Ziegel Inn. You probably don't live here, but... With those monster attacks, and now one of our miners has gone missing. Hard to believe all this craziness has happened in the span of a few months. Hopefully, this isn't a sign of things to come. What do you got to buy? Anything? No, we have it all. We have it all. Gantz must really suck at gambling. Whenever he gets wasted here, that's all he ever complains about. I don't want to hear about every hand he's ever lost, you know? Fair enough. Fair enough. God, is anyone staying at this hotel? I guess not. At the inn, sorry. Calling it a hotel, that's more of a city thing. It's funny, like, like they refer to an inn, it would be more so like, not a motel, but like, not as a big of an area, I guess to say. Carlos looks pretty torn up over Gantz going missing. I don't think he should beat himself up over it. He honestly takes everything a little too seriously, a little too serial, eh? There's probably people in the mine, but that's okay. Gantz burnt practically all his money on gambling, so he's probably could have played the cards. He's built up quite the tab. If that idiot doesn't come back safely and pay up, I'm going to lose it. What do you have to buy? Do you have an orbital stereo for $10,000 for my room? That's not bad. Not that I want it, but I mean. What should we have for dinner tonight? I don't know, Kimmy. You tell me what you should have for dinner tonight. Nothing? Just little bits of produce available here and there and everywhere. Yeah, and then that was the entrance to the mine. I don't think there's anyone. Oh, yeah, one person. Miner Max! It's been almost 2 weeks since we've had any sort of party. One of our coworkers is missing, so it's kind of tasteless to go and celebrate. Maybe you guys work a little too hard in the mine. Have you ever thought of that? Miranda. Mining crew carries the weight of the town on their shoulders. That's why Mayor Bixton makes sure to always treat them well. Yeah, until they don't. And then, you know, that's just something you don't want to have. Yes, we've been there. We don't need to go in the mine. We're basically done here. Good. We've asked everyone. No one really has anything to pass on. Alright. The abandoned mine. Off we go. Crossbell. We could have fished. I feel like it should show you running over enemies and monsters and all that jazz. We know he's... this would be far too simple for this to just find him at the casino. Trust me, I plan to return the favor as soon as I can. Well, I think you're giving us a little too much credit. We should be thanking you for inviting us on this crazy adventure. I think we should contact Crossbell Cathedral and have them sort things out from out here. And I concur. So if the ruins are in fact related to an artifact, our hands are tied. Either way, I'll discuss things with Deputy Commander and find out what to do. So are you guys going to start asking around the city now? Yep, starting with the casino. Contact us about Gantz if you do find something. And I'll let you guys get back to work. Thank you. I'm trying to figure if I want, like, is Noel, I think it's Noel. Is she actually going to be in our party now? Like, I don't want to buy a weapon for her. If, you know, they're going to be gone from the group. Oh, I love it. They just took me right to the casino. Right, you know, I can ask the casino bunny if they've seen him leave. Different show. About time for some business at the casino to really pick up. Is that like a JR saying? Like, oh, we're going to look for business to really pick up. You guys ready? Let's find ourselves a miner and hit the sluts. We're only going to be doing one of those things, Randy, so I guess we're going to be hitting up the sluts, eh? Considering we are not undercover, there's absolutely zero reason for us to play. Anyway, let's just stick with questioning the employees and customers, and perhaps that will lead to something about the whereabouts of Gantz. Okay, no. You do not get that. My son just picked up my tankard au terror. No, that is way too heavy. That is not a toy. No. You want this? Can't have this. You want these guys? Put them inside. Don't pick it up. And don't drop it. Oh, you want to know about Gantz? You should probably talk to the owner about him. He's usually up for a chit-chat over at the bar. Works for me. I heard that Gantz used to be a third-rate gambler. Is that really the truth, though? Failed to get that impression from him at all. You'd like to know more about Gantz? He's a regular who used to only come in on weekends. I think you'll be able to get more details from the owner. I feel like I still should have played something, but... And... Oh, Gantz? Yeah. He's one of our regulars. He's a casual gambler with a penchant for losing. Until recently. No. Okay, stop. No, you're putting those not in there. No, go get your bucket from the bathroom. Get the bucket. We're not using this. This is my pride and joy. Oh, what are you doing? Just walks right into the door. What is underneath? Oh, for God's sakes. It's always something. Okay, owner at the bar. No one that works here apparently has anything going on here. No, that's a boat. Come here. It's a boat. It's in the bucket. Sorry about that. Owner of the bar. Upstairs. Shocking. Like, is that where all owners just hang out? Is just at bars? Dark out already, says old man Rick. I'm having such a good time, though. I don't want to go home. I'm still on that gambling high. Anyone else? Nope, that is it. Proprietor Drake. Good evening, everyone. Have you all come to play with Randy? No, not today. Well, Morty, we want to ask you something. As we... ask about the missing miner. That's preposterous. Came here earlier. The guy managed to make a killing too. Wait. So now I might be onto something here of like, maybe Randy was actually. He either went down to Michelin or maybe he's at the nice hotel. You know, he was winning. Come on, Drake. You must be thinking of someone else. You see, we're looking for a miner from Mines. Mains? I doubt he has the skill or the intuition needed to stay afloat here. I assure you, I know the man. And it all started about 2 weeks ago. It's been a while since I last saw him, but I swear it was like he was a completely different person. Thanks to him, my dealers are in the middle of a losing streak and we've lost almost 500,000 Mira. It's an exorbitant amount of money. It certainly is. There's no freaking way, man. He's got to be cheating, right? As I'm sure you know, we're professionals. If someone was cheating, we would notice. No, you can't have those. Where's your magnets? Does Mama have your magnets? Besides, he's not only shown incredible talent, but miraculously good luck as well. Everybody here would like to know how in the world he turned into a gambling phenom. Well, that's quite a different story than what we heard from Mayor Bixen. Apparently Gantz hasn't returned to Mines yet. Do you have an idea where he's staying? Yes. Last I heard, he's staying at the hotel across the street. See, we're rolling through this. Finally, this is some proper police work I can actually accomplish. The deluxe suite on the top floor, no less. He's really, of course, more than enough, Mira. All right. Simple enough so far. He's probably not going to be there. He's probably going to be at, like, what I'm expecting is maybe what type of expensive steakhouse is around. Maybe taking in a show, perhaps. We need to go and speak with Gantz. Let's head on over to the hotel. VIP rooms are on the top floor. Imagine hitting the jackpot. Living the baller life in a 5-star hotel. Focus on the problem at hand, Randy. Need you worrying about all this jazz. Oh, you'll be staying here for the night. We have a vacant room currently available. Please make a decision as soon as possible. That's not actually what I'm doing, so. I reserved a room on the top floor for my wife. This is my favorite place to stay. I wonder if they're still, if that, maybe that's why they're mad, is just some gambling degenerate hit it big, and now they got the VIP suite all themselves. That's not it. Is this it? I got a feeling this is it. Surrounded himself with some lovely ladies. Is that you, Randy? Haha, pleasure seeing you again. Of course, the prostitutes know who he is. How are you people? We're with the CPD. You must be Gantz from Mainz. That's right. And I met you somewhere before. Wait, have we? I recognize this man. Did we not save him from warhounds during the Mainz incident? Oh! That's right. That was him. That was like 94 hours ago. Y'all the kids from way back when, ain't ya? So, what do you want? Well, we received a request from the mayor of Mainz to track you down. Wondering why you haven't come home yet. Mayor's looking for me, eh? What in the hell for? Come on, man. You've been here for 2 weeks without contacting anyone? Everyone's all worried about you. They thought you went missing. And as such, we were requested to find you. Okay. Well, you found me. Congrats. So can you go on ahead and buzz off now? I ain't ever going back to that hellhole like Mainz as long as I live. Why is that? Ain't it obvious? I'm the greatest gambler this state has ever seen. Ain't it just my killer skill at the tables? Lady Luck is my bitch too. Who the hell would want to go back to Mainz just to smash rocks all day? Wait a second. Watch it. Are you sure that's what you want? Everybody's worried sick about you. You could at least contact the mayor and give him some peace. Shut up, you can't order me to do shit. One more round at Barca and it'll be off to Michelin for me. Hey ladies, how about I take you to that fancy schmancy theme park this weekend? You can pick whatever you want from those boutiques they got too. Bills on me. Well, we know where he is. He's safe. He's fine. I'm with Randy. There's basically call up the mayor and say, look, he's fine. He's okay. He's drunk. But he's not doing anything wrong. Well, that he is, Randy. Regardless, we're still obligated to inform the mayor of the situation. It's not our right to force him to return to Maine, so he's made a good conscious decision to stay. Well, phone it on up. Lloyd, it looks like something's bothering you. Yeah, so here's the thing. He was just an amateur gambler who played casually. I doubt he's nearly lucky or sharp enough to be good. Yet somehow, he's suddenly on multiple winning streaks. No matter how I analyze the situation, it just doesn't add up. You know, you're right, it doesn't. That sounds fishy to me. You think he'd tell me all his tricks if I butter on up with a few drinks? I'm going to say that's probably a definite no, probably. Yeah, Randy, are you not already a skilled gambler? Only when I'm on a hot streak, my friend. Not a chance in hell I pull off wins for 2 consecutive weeks and win $500,000 Mira. Pretty sure you'd only be able to pull that off if you were as skilled as Jack. Jack's a fictional character, Randy. Oh. You guys are still around? Take it down a notch there, sweet cheeks. Can I ask you two, honey, something really quick, though? Just a little curious about this Gates fellow in here. right ahead. Is he involved in some sort of crime? No, nothing like that. I'm just wondering if he's always been such an arrogant jackass. Even with the few drinks he had, he laid the attitude on a little bit thick. Yeah, I can see what you mean. It's true. He wasn't nearly as cocky when he first started gambling, but as time went on, his victories began to feed into his ego. And we're just hostesses, so we don't really mind. So it's safe to say that the arrogance wasn't stemming from the alcohol. Personalities aside, that man is something else. It's almost as if he could see through the cards while they were laid down. No kidding. Totally insane. To be honest, he even won straight up bets at the roulette table. You think he can read the dealer's mind? More like a major power than being perceptive. Anyway, that's about all we know about Gantz. So, are we ready to get back to work? Yeah, you've been helpful. Thank you. We'll see you cuties around. I won't get my hopes up, but I'll be waiting for you. Anyways, I'm going to go back to work now. Wait. So you're leaving Gantz? You only paid for like the hour or something, or what? Lloyd pulled out his phone and dialed up the number for Mayor Bixon. So you've called? Yes. We explained basically everything that's happened to him. I am finding it hard to believe that such a thing has happened. A man like him striking it rich and gambling and living in a luxury hotel. He doesn't want to come back home though. What kind of mayor? I mean, I guess for a small little village the size of Maine's, it has like what, maybe 15, 20 people that live in it. I guess the mayor is a little bit of a close friend of everybody, right? That's a nice little thing. I'm not gonna lie on that, but don't hesitate to contact us. Yeah, there is definitely more to this. Said he'd be coming to Crossbell City tomorrow so we can speak with him, so we'll leave it to him until they come to blows, probably. I mean, Tio does have like that special little power, so I wonder if she's sensing something from Gantz. That's right, I completely forgot about Kia. All right, well, yeah. I get what you mean, though. Talk about a group of doting parents, though, eh? Let's hurry home and see our little kiddo. Not wrong with that. I don't mind that at all. All right. Oh, running into plants here now. All right. I mean, it feels like there's just like so much more we should be doing, but in reality, absolutely nothing. The Barker Bishy. You guys look like a bunch of cool cats. Want to make that Chips that are chatting real happy if you come on in. Don't be shy. Step right on in. All right. I'll figure life out. What's the nightlife look like for the jazz bar? The night is young. Indeed it is. Eric told me just to suck it up and get the job over with. He's been acting so cold lately. Man, their president sure is taking his sweet, sweet time even after I offered to pay for his all services. Stage will be open at 8 p.m. Sit back, relax, enjoy an evening with drinks. Get myself a shiny blue. That revives and restores 50%. I think I'll buy 5 of those. I didn't realize I didn't have so little money, though. Oh, well. That's okay. There still's got to be a way to get to that. I don't know how. But we'll figure it out. That's Apu. Yeah, I wonder if like we can actually get one. It's already night. She should be waiting for us back at the building. Yeah, cool idea. All right, we're finished work for the day. We are. I just wanted to see about buying a weapon, but apparently that's a no-go. Not in this town. Well, we're home. Okay, that was a lot in Japanese. A mushy mushy was not involved there, and a slight hug as she's full of energy as she sees us. You're late. Is there a lot of work today? More or less, but we could have keeled on over if we didn't have that nice car to drive around. Hey, Tio. You look super tired. Are you alright? Yes, I will be fine. After all, seeing your cute face has re-energized my batteries, Kia. Since I'm still full of energy, I don't mind sharing some with you. Well, that's Kia for you. Never seen medicine that potent. Perhaps a Kia hug is stronger than the wonder drug. I think I'm sufficiently recharged. Well, I'm glad. I just gotta check something here real quick. Get that mouse button on over there. That's what we want. Sure, get that over there. Just checking. Yeah, next week. All right, sure. Yeah, that's all working. Great. There we go. Sorry about that. The chief, oh, he's over in his office. A visitor came by and he's still talking with him. Ooh, a visitor, eh? Do you remember what he looked like? An old man with a big beard. Kind of reminds me of a bear. I think the chief called him something like a lawyer. Ah, Mr. Grimwood's here. Shall we go greet him while we have the opportunity? Absolutely. Not only should we greet him, but we should probably have like a drink in hand while we do so. I will leave that all to you. I am on kitchen duty tonight, so you good kicking and cooking. Sure. You already made preparations for dinner earlier, so it should be almost ready. She's a smart girl. Yeah, if you want to help out Teal, you can be my sous chef. There we go. Dog's enjoying a good nap, as one does. This guy's napping without a care in the world. Sure is. Is it still under maintenance? Still under maintenance. You guys doing okay? Dinner should be ready in a little bit, I think. Yeah, please wait a moment. Everything will be up and running. Yeah, don't rush it on out. All right, we'll be back. It's not every day like a mayor will meet up with a lawyer, right? No, a lawyer will meet up with the chief of our section would meet up with that. Hey, what took so long? Sorry to be intruding when it's so late. So it was Mr. Grimwood. Not every day you decide to visit us. He is a burly man. Since I was in the neighborhood, I took the opportunity to stop on by. So what are the matters to discuss? It's about Kia's identity. I thought it was going to be one of two things. It was either about Gantz's, gambling skills, or about Kia. Did you figure anything out? No, unfortunately. Seems a request was also submitted to the guild, but I, at Sergei's behest, explored another possibility. Unfortunately, it wasn't. No. I'm pleased to say the possibility I looked into was a bust. Right, it was pertaining to a story several years back. There were multiple cases of child abductions, primarily focused on Calvard Republic. Child abductions, eh? Whoa! Yeah. 95 hours in, and we're finally getting into proper, actual police work. Not that I want to be interested in child abductions, but it is good to get into something. I'll admit the... Hey. Because Calvard wasn't the only country targeted, an international investigation team was created to get to the bottom of things. Each country's army, police forces, bracer guild, you name it. They cooperated to put an end to that mess. I wonder what game gets in at Calvard. Like I said, the Trail series was liberal. I want to say it's liberal, but I've been told I may be wrong. This game is in Crossbell State City. And then there's the Cold Steel games, which we haven't gotten to. which is why I don't know where they are. Like, it could be in Calvert. There's also Arrowbonia, which we call Bonerville, which is... Look, I'm not the mayor of Bonerville. They're in my chat from time to time, but I can't make those decisions. But I'm just saying. It's the first I've heard of it. Since it was kept under wraps, it must have been pretty damn serious. Give me a... Eventually, the case was closed, and due to its nature in the end, the case was treated as strictly confidential. Only reason I know about it is because I was involved serving as an advisor. Wait, you're saying a chance that Kia could be one of the victims from this whole abduction incident? Well, I thought the same thing, so I searched through the case records again, and to my relief, I wasn't able to find any children who matched her description. For the record, the men responsible for these horrors were almost all arrested, and the rest committed suicide. So, I understand the whole situation. The mere fact that we still haven't gone to the doll studio to figure out anything beyond that really bothers me, because I still feel like that's where this is going to end up. And the fact that you can go there, but you can't really go there, is even more of a bother. Today, I simply came to inform Sergey of my findings. No, there's nothing back there. Do you need a nap? Come here. Wife of a dad. I'm relieved that Kia wasn't a part of that, but the fact that it actually happened, I would have ended up telling you all about this eventually. So we're back to square one with Kia, with no skin off of our backs. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have this up here either. Just got to keep looking after the kiddo until we find one of her relatives. Well, I'd appreciate it if you kept sheltering the child here, but in case we can't end up finding a relative, we should entrust her to a foster family or perhaps to the church orphanage. Wait, hold on. I feel like, wait, do we believe that we as a police force are somehow going to take care of Kia? We can't adopt her. It's not something you can jump on into half-assed. She needs a proper family, so no matter how adorable she may be, it's probably a bit more difficult than just taking in a stray kitten. If you're damn right it is. You all just returned from a long day of work. I imagine you have a report to finish, so it's about time I excuse myself. No, wait, the truth is there's something we were planning on consulting you about. Oh, with me? As we explain the situation of the missing minor this time. We're going to get to it. So you're working on a missing persons case. Sounds like a job for the SSS, or I mean, proper police work is hard to come by with us, but it was nice that we were able to do so. It didn't seem like anything illegal was going on, so we left everything as is, but I wonder if we should have tried a little harder to get him to go home. If you were bracers, there'd be a little bit more wiggle room to negotiate. Comes with the job. If a police officer tried to pull that move, odds are the whole situation would have turned into a civil dispute. And it's a fine line. The guy's old enough to make his own decisions, so unfortunately, it's none of our business. And if he were just some brat, we could have given him a spanking and taken him home. But, yeah, like he was a different man, sort of what we're trying to get at, Mr. Grimwood. Something about this rubbing you the wrong way? It might just be a coincidence, but lately, 2 other similar stories have come to my attention. You're telling me there's not 1, but 3 lucky bastards who hit the jackpot? Oh, no, it's a bit different. Stories I heard involve a stockbroker who works for a securities firm and the manager of a trading company. Recently, both companies sustained heavy losses and were almost in the red, but in the last few days, they seem to have experienced an incredible rebound. I could hardly believe it until I saw the numbers, especially that stockbroker. Story goes that he bought and sold stocks with unprecedented luck and intuition as if he could see the future. So he's not interested in the way they won at life. He's interested in their change of habits. If you're interested, I can start researching right away. Possible ties are what we're looking for. All right. Guy told me something. I want to say it's Guy. I want to say that's Guy. Guy told me something like that once, that the decisive factors in an investigation are intuition and the information you uncover. Well, Mr. Grimwood, don't ever feel like you're bothering us. You're more than welcome to stay for dinner, and glad that you can help us out here. Good old lens flare. Someone doesn't want a nap. Ravash managed to recover their smuggling routes? They did indeed. 3 of the routes were decimated over the last week and have already been reorganized. We've been trying to impede them, but the resilience was most unexpected. I was led to believe that they didn't have the manpower to accomplish such a thing, but their boss finally involved himself in their restoration efforts. And that's the strangest part. The killing bear was nowhere to be found, and this appeared to be solely the work of his subordinates. The reports state that they only brought enough for a small squad, and not only that, there were no warhounds present. Did they employ those Rhineford heavy machine guns? Yeah, their main forces actually appear to have been armed with them. However, the report also mentions that their battle prowess has skyrocketed. I get the impression Don Marconi is trying his damnedest to appease the speaker and quell his rage. I don't recall any new reports of Jaegers being employed by any training exercise being held either. This is all very peculiar. Are you implying that they've acquired a trump card right under our noses? Precisely. When comparing our respective trump cards, I get the feeling that theirs is extraordinary. Much like Master Yin, I believe that theirs is a wild card. Morty. One that can turn the tides of battle at a moment's notice. That sounds like gunfire. A group of men draped in black are unloading rounds into the building. Could dare us even think it might be Alec Baldwin? No, that's a cruel joke. That's about 10 of them, and the killing bear isn't one of them. There are only 10 measly grunts. Hurry on up and finish them off. And don't worry about the police. This is self-defense, so anything goes. Well, you see, the thing is, these guys aren't human. They're holding massive machine guns with just one hand. First floor has been breached. Only a matter of time before they reach us, sir. If only Master Yin was here. Oh dear. I don't think I'll be able to outwit them in a barbaric situation like this, so let's go out the back door and fiddle it out. What on earth is going on in this game? Nobody knows. Is that the end of a chapter or something? Just a day. That's okay. God, this is a good beer. The Lager Shed Light. Wow. You're telling me that Kia cooked all these Sunnyside eggs up for us? Wait, we missed dinner? was looking forward to that. She sure did. She's like the girl from Metal Gear 4. I think it was Metal Gear 4. Remember the girl that was always cooking the eggs? And you were surprised about how graphics could look for That's a PS3 game, not PS2. Maybe PS4. Those eggs I remember looking good. I want to say PS3. Fried eggs with a bit of a little runny yolk for dipping. Now I'm not a fried egg guy. I'll eat it if it comes to it. If I absolutely come to it, but I'm more of a scrambled guy. Is when we always get at breakfast on Sunday mornings at work, they always refer to my meal as like a kid's meal because I always get the same thing. I don't think it's a kid's meal, but they always joke to get me crayons. I get a solid breakfast. It's 2 eggs, scrambled, bacon, hash browns, or home fries, 4 pieces of toast, and sausage. You know, like that's a hearty breakfast. Yesterday's cream stew was basically her own creation. Are you sure you don't have any prior experience in cooking, Kia? Whenever I cook, it's like my hands are moving on their own. Well, it's true. Cooking is more, though, personal experience than anything else, but the fact that she's this talented is pretty amazing. Asking about Tio and how she may feel. Took the day off. No. Went to bed early. She got a good rest, hopefully. I don't think we have any urgent requests to take care of, so we can always wait and see how you're feeling. No, wait, there goes the Batman phone. Is it Fran? No, it's probably the mayor of Mainz. Now, where the heck are you? What are you doing right now? Jonah? I was expecting a night owl like yourself to be awake this early. He probably hasn't gone to bed. Enough about all that. How carefree you sound. I bet you don't know anything at all, right? You don't know? Well, I, the great, brilliant Jonah, will do you a favor. In the dead of night yesterday, well, technically today, either way, someone raided Hey You's office. What? They were caught completely off guard, no offense, all defense. Apparently they took some serious damage, and if you ask me, it had to have been done by those Ravash guys. Well, thanks for the heads up there, Jonah. You owe me one, Lloyd. We owe you a lot, probably, but we can't be bothered. Lloyd relayed the information that we got from Jonas and let everyone know that the Hey You's HQ was hit up. I don't know why they didn't call the police, but maybe because they're doing illegal things. If true, I bet anything that the First Division has already jumped on the case, and if it bothers you that much, go check it out. But only after finish eating. Making sure we got our priorities set. Theo does say she'll be ready to go. No reason to bug her more and more about it. We can walk on over to the Harbor District after we finish our breakfast, because, you know, gotta make sure we're taking care of ourselves. Is this fixed now? I'm certainly hoping so. Okay, those are all good. Let's report them all on up to Fran. I'm going to grab myself another beer, another brewski, because obviously. This time I got myself the original version of the lager shed. You can see the light version silver. This one's red, like a proper Canadian beer. I believe it's brewed near me. Dundas, Ontario. Wonderful. But I gotta say, the light version, very nice. Very nice. Hopefully, there we go. Hand it on in. Wait, we don't have anything to hand in? I thought we had 3 quests. Maybe they were already reported and I missed it. That says reported. All right then. Heading out of here, like I said, I want to check. It's, you know what's funny? Even still, oh, you don't want to know why? Because Noelle's now gone from the. That's funny. I threw her into the group and she's not even there. That's hilarious. Okay, yeah, now we gotta fix this up again. All right, so she should be back there. She shoots a mean gun. That looks good. That looks good. All right, we're gonna go see if there's. Actually, I want to see if there's any new weapons to be made up. In the downtown area. With the upgrades. There we go down to East Street. Sorry, sorry, kid. Sorry. Into the downtown district. We got Lotus Heights. Is it the exchange shop? I want to see. Yeah, there it is. The Guillaume Factory. Managed to meet up with that gal, Wendy. It's been forever since I've seen her. She's used to working these jobs lately. Must be nice to be young. Figure you can probably adapt to anything life throws at you. Customize. So we don't have the prisoner taker. I feel like he doesn't have any new weapons. Like we just bought all those weapons beforehand. And I think we sold them. Because we didn't need them. I mean, do we even stop? No, wait, was it? No, it's in the Harbor District. Just having a little minor blow up in my brain. Yeah, is that even where it wants us to go? Jonas told about the Hey You office was right. Let's go to the Harbor District and see for ourselves. Yeah, that sounded about right. But yeah, I wanted to go to the. No, you know, I think we're suited well. Okay, it looks a little like the area was messed up just a little bit. That's okay. It happens. It's a mess. Well, yeah, raid will do that. Yeah, this confirms it. Seen traces of heavy weaponry everywhere. At least they didn't resort to blowing it on up with explosives. Franz! Well, come on in, buddy. All I've heard is that shots were fired in the middle of the night. Dudley and the boys are in the middle of conducting an investigation. Just looks like a couple broken windows and a couple of, you know, shots on the outside. We don't know what the inside looks like, but we're not allowed to go in yet, so. We'd like to ask the members of Hey You some questions. Do you mind letting us inside? I was only told not to let civilians pass through, so... Well, we're police officers, so let us on through, you moron. Damn. That beer, cold as ice, tastes so fucking good. What? Okay, that's a lot of... Okay, not going up there. They shot this place up. My God. Detective Dudley asking the big questions here. We wish to collaborate with you, so we'd be willing to share the details of the raid with us. Oh, you'll have to forgive me. After all, it was so late in the night, I haven't the foggiest idea of who the assailants may have been or why they targeted our humble little company. Well, seems that you were able to mount an efficient defense, so... First and second floors are devastated, yet this room remains spotless. How were you able to fend them off? It was tricky. However, the assailants managed to escape our grasp. Many of our men were sent to St. Ursula. Dear, oh dear, what a disaster. Well, you have my condolences if you'll, oh, pardon me, incoming the special support section. You four? What are you doing here? Well, good morning, Detective Bannings. I see the rest of you are in attendance too. I know you're busy with the aftermath of the raid and all, but could I borrow a minute of your time? If you'll excuse us then, Dudley, I appreciate that you've stopped by. Damn. Step aside. I don't understand why he's so mad. Like, in the end, we're all police officers. Toodles. And people seem to be more willing to talk to us. I hear you all had quite the adventure on the final day of the anniversary festival. I'm assuming Yin has already informed you. As you know, the special support section doesn't follow conventional investigative protocols. And with that in mind, how about you go ahead and tell us your true intentions? Oh? Lloyd? There's no point wasting our time with his usual song and dance. Not only that, but we have a lot of ground to cover with Cow. Let's get straight to the point. Lloyd can be quite audacious when he wants to be. Exactly as I anticipated, Mr. Bannings. I knew I would have high hopes. I'm not particularly fond of trivial exchanges anyway, so if your questions are within the realm of my knowledge, I'll give you the answers you seek. So, 3 topics. I don't know why he would know Kia's identity, so let's just start with number 1. Is it safe to assume Ravash is behind last night's raid? Can you say that for certain? Doubting the possibility entirely, are we? If you care to elaborate for them, sir. The assailants may have been masked to conceal their identities, but there's no doubt it was Ravash's men. Their weapons and combat style were completely identical, and these types of things would be hard to replicate. So someone's still rubbing me the wrong way. I hear you dudes are all pretty good martial artists. Your main man Niall here looks like he could hand out beatings left and right. Ravash, I'm sure, doesn't have a shortage of combat pros, but none of them could match up to you guys one-on-one. So how did you guys get trashed so hard by a handful of their thugs? Was that old Killing Bear leading the charge? Yeah, no. He wasn't even present. We believe the regular combat personnel is behind the attack. Their speed and power were beyond comprehension. They were able to brandish these heavy weapons single-handedly. Our defenses were crushed by their unnatural strength. They overtook the first 2 floors with ease. It was only limited to their power and speed either. They had inhuman endurance. And thanks to that, I had to put into practice a few dangerous techniques. Well, how do you plan to respond to their raid? Take a moment to ponder on what kind of organization Heiyu is. You found an answer, correct? So you want revenge. I've just been merely referring to crisis management. At the end of the day, we only seek profits. And when those are threatened, it's our sworn duty to crush our antagonizers through the appropriate methods. There's nothing strange about that. Does requesting assistance from Heiyu's main office lie among those improper methods? He's calling in the big guns. My reputation is on the line and I have no such plans. Furthermore, there is no guarantee that the main office will respect my wishes. They'll intervene regardless. We should be able to stave off direct intervention for a little while at least. Either way, we lack the proper knowledge on Ravash's current state, so we don't have our effective countermeasure for them. We simply are investigating their movements for the time being. Though most are reliable and cooperative employees, in fact. You requested Yin's assistance? Best kind of person for those undercover missions. And finally, Kia's identity, which we would like to figure out if you may know. Kia, you said? Some kind of code? More serious than I expected. All I know is that Kia is the name of that little girl you took into custody after the Schwartz auction, and that our dear collaborator offered you a small piece of advice there. The exhibits for the second half of the auction are all stored in the room over there. According to the information that was sent to Heiyu, there's a bomb, so to speak. I recommend you confirm it for yourselves. To think that she might be a bomb, although it's in quotation marks, I don't think she's a bomb in all aspects of what you think a bomb may be, but we have no means of discerning who this informant was as of yet, but it only made them more credible. We want to be certain So we asked Master Yin to check it out. I never expected the true identity of the bomb to be in the form it did. So do you have an inkling as to who that informant may have been? It speaks to the actions of a Ravache defector, but in order to take the skill required to convey that information, they must be adept. So, as far as that goes, we have no idea. No further questions, Your Honor. By the by, Detective Bandings, I'll be honest with you, this raid was far beyond what I thought Ravache was capable of. I was under the impression that I was fully cognizant of their strength, connections, and patterns. And yet, they were able to pull off such a brazen attack on us in their weakened state. They've surpassed all of my expectations. I must say, I am unbelievably excited for what's to come. And I cannot recall a moment in the last few years where a situation didn't proceed the way I had planned. I can finally wield my intellect, crush my foes without remorse. He is smug. Although you're special, so I'll grant you a unique opportunity to speak, will you be able to broker a resolution between both groups between Hey You begins its all-out retaliation? I'll be awaiting your next move. I don't even know what our next move is going to be. Thank you, Oscar Fran, for the questioning option. Am I the only one that's confused as can be from anyone else? Yeah, that was something. They gave us plenty of useful information to work with, but I can't believe they suggested the high possibility of a full-blown conflict. If things keep heating up the way they have, then it's about to get real messy. We're screwed if they decide to have a firefight in the middle of town. Additionally, we have to consider the possibility that Hey You may call for reinforcements. Well, at any rate, we can't leave Ravache unchecked. We start looking into it before they mobilize their forces. I think it's time we go straight to the source. Let's get our answers from Ravache directly. It's time to bite him on the horse's ass. There's something else I'm concerned about, though. Garcia's movements. We've quarreled with him before, but he never seemed the type to be reckless. I was under the impression that he had a strong command over his subordinates. He used to be well known, in fact, as a commander of the Jaegers, but I didn't think he's ordered his men to launch an assault on Hey You like that. And while there is a chance he ordered the attack, it's entirely possible that subordinates acted independently. So let's get to the bottom of this. Let's search for clues around their base. You want to head there now? Do we have a choice? Alright, a little stakeout. Proper police work. Only took 95 hours. Let's do a little bit of fishing over here at the end of the harbor district here. Nice pristine little lake, I assume. Loponus River. Let's catch some dinner. See if we can catch something with the carp. I don't know. Wait for that exclamation point. We got a catfish and some tinkle earrings. What the hell are those? Prevent sleep. Oh. They aren't as something as fantastic as I may have thought they were, and we actually already had a pair of them things. So are we just going like right to Ravache? Like, is that what we're doing here? And that's that. If I was them, that sort of sounds like what we're doing. Head on over to Ravache and get an idea of what they're maybe up to. back alley feels a little ominous today. I snuck a peek into that alleyway over there, but I was met with the glares of those men in black suits. What's their deal? Who knows? She's operating some sort of terminal under the counter. Click, 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 clickety, clackety. What? Oh, this is quite a serious offense. I haven't been this excited in a long while. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Yep. How thrilling. How exactly will Cal respond to such an embarrassing slight? I am worried about the real estate prices. What do you got for us to buy? Anything? I'd love to have the money to buy these things because there's so many, like, great, like, maybe I have the, maybe I have the money in Mira to extend over, but I don't know if I want to. Wait, are we getting the better exchange rate here? Like, let's see. What are we getting here? $5,800. I just want to have just a little bit of money just in case it pops up and surprises us. That's some money right there. Yeah, we're out of here. As much as I'd love to buy those things, we still don't even have close to the money. Let's save it on up just so in case something stupid happens. It bothers me. The OCD there, folks. Just gonna see if my son is sleeping. I think he is. He isn't making any noise, so. Out like a light, which is great. Just like I thought, there are more guards posted here than usual, and looking more pissed than usual as well. Impatient, excited, vigilant, anxious, wide range of emotions from them. They must be on high alert for a retaliation that may be happening. So for now, let's just ascertaining Garcia's movements should be. Why the hell are you here? Wasn't fully expecting Garcia Rossi to be popping on up down the main road here, but that's a big boy. You have the audacity to show your faces around here after all the shit you've put us through? I won't make any excuses. Our deal with you only concerns Kia and Kia alone. Well, if you use our deal as an excuse to come waltzing on into our territory, I'm going to beat the ever-loving hell out of you. Aren't we a dangerous old dude, eh? I'm fully aware of why you're snooping around. You won't be getting a single word out of me on that matter. And if you understand that, get lost. He knows his rights. An honest Jäger like myself would never adopt such a poor strategy. I'd wait until the conditions were favorable and wreak the most havoc while minimizing casualties. Wouldn't you do the same, son of the war god? Don't you ever call me that again. But yes, that's how Jägers operate. Don't come in here unprepared, or I promise you'll be torn to shreds. Something seemed off with him. He was a little tense, but a little worn out, as if, was that like what he was doing or what? I'm sorry, I know I'm Canadian and all, but there's nothing far more boring than curling. Most boring sport out there. Unless you consider fishing a sport, then that could be just as more boring, I guess. Express signs of fatigue. I can relate with him on that front. What in the world happened to Ravash? Doesn't suit him. Wouldn't you guys like to know the reason for their glum faces? I mean, I would love to know. Grace! A knack for appearing in the most random places. She does. She's the one that works at the, yeah, I was just going to say, I believe at the Crossbell newspaper. Well, surely you must going to be taking on us up to the, I was going to say the jazz bar or to the restaurant. Let's have a little conversation there over drinks. I like that girl's style. Gotta hear her out. Considering, are we even of the legal drinking age? Got the snoozer over here. Sit down, enjoy yourselves. Sudden, I know, but do you have any all tidbits about the Hey You raid you're willing to share? I'm sure Cal showered you with all sorts of delightful details over at his office. Quick to the punch. Well, she knows what we were doing, obviously. Well, if you must know, I found out this morning as I was about to ask Cal some questions. Right as I was wondering, what's up with that? Hurricane helps. You entered on in. Then, once Dudley left with his partner and that classic scowl, Morty, on his face, you came out looking mightily worried. With that kind of look covering your mug, I'd be shocked if you didn't hear anything. Still, Grace, I think you know better than anyone that we can't casually disclose information about an open investigation. Oh, of course I know that, you silly goose. That's why I proposed a bit of a give and take. After all, aren't you dying for some details on Garcia Ross? Always the pro at dangling the bait. To put the cherry on top, I might have had some news about that so-called auction too. Whispers say Ravash screwed the pooch and incurred the wrath of the speaker. Well, that's sort of like public knowledge, I would argue right now as well. Surely you might want to know how these two matters might even be related. Alright, we'll bite. However, everything about Cow is strictly off the record, got it? And I can't stress that enough. So, the situation is a little more dire than I thought. As things stand, both groups seem to be trying not to involve the public. No matter which way you cut it, this raid was a little too abrupt. Ignoring that it happened in the dead of the night, a raid near our news agency, not to mention right down the street from the IBC, sounds like the decision was a little rushed. And if things went south, this incident could have shaken the continent, destroying Crossbell's reputation as Zemuria's trade capital. That also might take the info I got my mitts on not necessarily false. Well, are you willing to share that information now? The whole fiasco originated from inside the Mafia. I've been hearing rumors that Garcia Rossi's control over his goons has been, well, lacking. I'm just saying that maybe it's possible that the incident in the downtown district and the gunning for Mines' rights might not have been on Garcia's orders. It seemed like some of the mafiosos on the lower rungs were looking to climb on up, and if clout inside Ravash is what these rookies were after, that would explain them stepping out of line and getting busted. Wait, you're saying last night's raid was carried out by junior members of the Mafia? Considering all that's happened, you can hardly blame Garcia for his big outburst earlier. But that doesn't mean that despite controlling Ravash from the inside, he's still having some issues. What is the Dawn doing during all of this? Marconi is desperately trying to atone for his giant blunder at the auction, so it sort of actually is like a perfect perfect storm for them. You know, Marconi is dealing with one aspect as the top boss, and then you have Rossi, who's like sort of the second in command, sort of dealing with his own problems. So sort of both of the management types at the Mafia are sort of they have their own problems, as it would look. It's a Republican faction Diet member. Afraid he's met with the CGF Commander too, attempting to suppress Heiyu's political influence in Crossbell. And meeting with the CGF Commander is related to Ravash's weapons smuggling. So they're getting into some military equipment here. That was helpful. That was good. Anything we're missing, though, at all? We've been able to arrive at a convincing motive behind each action thus far, but they're haphazard. Like, they aren't acting as a one singular organization. It's all a bunch of little messes of thing here and there of like, is this a group of small junior members acting in a particular way because they're taking advantage of the situation? I don't know. I just don't feel it. Hey, Dark Fantasy. How you doing? Glad to see you pop on in. How's this Saturday afternoon / evening, maybe even morning, or you might even ever be on into the Sunday morning time zone areas there. Welcome on in. Enjoy your weekend. We're here just chilling on out with a little bit of Trails from Zero, as of course, getting down to the nitty gritty of the Mafioso. I just thought really we'd be dealing with some type of 4:38, so you're an hour behind. Central time zone, of course. Got a gut feeling, though. It took me 95 hours of game time to finally get to some proper police work in this game. I was always unsure. Is Manitoba Eastern time zone? Maybe they don't exist. Maybe they're their own time zone. I wouldn't know. Because I feel like Saskatchewan is maybe the only one that's in the central time zone. But then that's why I said Manitoba, because I feel like, is it just entirely just Saskatchewan? Couldn't be. I feel like it would have to be like half of Saskatchewan, or no, all of Saskatchewan, like maybe half of, like, see, but then they wouldn't have half of a province be on a different time zone either, because that would just be screwy. Could you imagine you just lived in a certain area of like Manitoba or Alberta and you cross an imaginary line? Oh, that's terrible. I'll tell you what. State of Indiana has 2 different time zones. That sounds disastrous. Just right. Could you just imagine, like, you live in one time zone, work in the other time zone? Oh my God, the amount of times that just gets fucked up on your day to work. Terrible. And then throw in daylight savings time. They did that. Terrible. I'm sure it worked out well for them, but what's a Pulitzer Prize, Morty? Morty. I mean, it's probably like a Pulitzer Prize, but because they didn't have the rights to say so, that's what we're gonna have to get. Yeah, great. I mean, I gotta say, it's nice of Grace to share a beer with us while we're having a little chit chat here. She's actually been very helpful for once. Oh God, my penis phone's going off again. Maybe it's Grant's. Managed to get through. It's me, Bixen, over from Mains. I wonder if he's figured out anything about the gambling addict over in the hotel at Crossbell. I'm at the Barca Casino at the moment, and he started acting strangely, so I decided to call you. What do you mean? He's been engaged in a poker match with another customer for quite some time, and the atmosphere has gotten kind of severe. It might actually get violent. I think my controller died. Because of course it would. That's one thing. I've said this before. I don't know if you use an Xbox One X or whatever controller this is, but I remember the old Xbox 360 controllers had that ring around the Xbox button, and you could see it in your peripheral vision when it was like at 25% battery life. These ones don't do anything. I don't know why they don't do that. Like, why doesn't that X button just like glow or I mean, it can't beep, but I mean like maybe like a little light blink or two to tell me that it's all over and done with. I'm trying to figure whether my Amazon Eneloops batteries need to be replaced. Like, I've had them for too long. Of course, I struggle terribly to grab more batteries. Let's throw those in there. I'm like all thumbs today. What's going on? Anyway, could you come on over quickly and help to sort this type of thing out for us at the casino? The Barca Casino, right? You could have just said the casino, and I would have known. Sorry about this this thing, Grace, but we sort of have to take on over and go over to another problem that we're dealing with. So, a gambling problem, perhaps. You somehow provoke his opponent during a match? With his ego and crazy luck, I could totally see it happening. Well, better ride on over and assess that situation. Oh, wait, or are you coming? Probably because she wants to get a story on this, right? Yeah, just head on out. I was just going to say, are you going to make me walk over there? As Sandra is tired. Stupid old man, feeling her up. I mean, if you want to explain a sexual assault to me, that's a little bit more important than some guy at the casino. So if you want me to do that, I think I went the wrong way. No, we didn't. We went the right way. Well, I'm just gonna ogle at this poster over here for a hot second. There we go. Oh God. Hello? Hi. Want to play? Would love to. Oh, sorry. How unprofessional of me. Any plans for the weekend, my friend? Were you doing anything? Oh, he's in like the back private room. I was just gonna say I don't see anybody going on here, so. Uh-oh. He's in a match with oh, he's got a wow, a straight flush. Laundry, and more laundry. Are you much like me? Lecter, I was trying to remember his name. Are you like me, of like you just like let laundry pile up and pile up and pile up some more, and then realize like shit, 6 loads need to be done. That's not fun. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if I had in my apartment a washer and dryer, but it sucks I have to go down like to the basement and do it. No, it's not every day. Usually like I do try to get like, usually it's at like 3 loads is the most, but I didn't do the laundry this week. My wife did, and she said like she did like 6 loads, but there's towels and shit and all that jazz, so it ended up being quite over the top. I mean, what beats that? Does a 4 of a kind even beat? I know a royal flush beats that, but I don't even know if a 4 of a kind beats a straight flush. You tied one too many games using those tricky hands of yours, but that's coming to an end. Show us your hand. Who said anything about losing? So yeah, it's just a royal flush. Or, sorry, a royal straight flush. But I don't know why you throw in the... Like, a royal flush is a royal straight flush. It's the same. It's all whatever. Oh my god. Could you imagine he has that? Oh. Maybe we'll actually get our my question answered. Now, I used to play poker quite a bit lately. No, he has 4 of a kind with the Joker. Usually you remove the Jokers, but I've never seen 5 of a kind, and I've never played poker with the Jokers. But you're on top of something there, Dark Fantasy. I guess a 5 of a kind beats a... I wonder if 5 of a kind beats a royal straight flush. Really? I've only played like once at a casino, like a legitimate game, and I never played with the Jokers. But I've played tons of hands at friends' houses, and we never used the Jokers either. Rules or no rules, it's obvious this blows your straight flush out of the water. Yeah, I know a Joker could be used for any card. That's generally the rule, but... Oh, okay, I don't think I've ever seen a 5 of kind ever. Ever. Looks like Gantz lost all of his money. Lecter's gonna come out like a bajillionaire. I know. I mean, I'm looking forward to Azure. I'm absolutely gonna buy them on Steam when they come out again. Whether I play them again, like, I'll probably play them again down the line a few years later or whatever. And I would love to see some... I don't think Steam Workshop stuff will be thrown in there. It'd be nice, of course, but just even them being on Steam is going to get, I think, a lot of people interested in playing them, and mod scene will be great. Me neither. I'm jumping into it after Azure. We're gonna finally get into the Crossbell games. Or sorry, Cold Steel games. I keep getting those mixed up. I keep getting them mixed up. There's no way I can lose this jack. Yeah, every time anyone says Crossbell, I always think of Cold Steel, and I mush them up in my head as being so wrong. But yeah, isn't there another one? I can't remember. It's got... I can't remember if it's after the Cold Steel games. It's like zero... Not the Sky games. I've played all the Sky games. And then after them, there's the Crossbell game. Reverie, thank you. So where does that one take place? Is that after Cold Steel? Because there's 4 or 5 Cold Steel games, right? Reverie is basically Cold Steel 5 and... Oh, okay. So you would play it after the Cold Steel series. It makes sense. It makes sense. Look, if you would have told that to me before we played these games, no, it wouldn't have made sense. But explaining it to me that way, makes sense. Okay, so Zero and Azure are the Crossbell games. And then Trails to Reverie is technically the 3rd game, but so could probably either be played after these 2 games or after Cold Steel. I guess it's hard to know because it's a Japanese game, right now. I think they've shared interest of popping it on in. Reverie basically ties up everything with Cold Steel. Oh! Wait. Are you telling me that I'm going to have to wait to play Cold Steel? There's no way Trails to Reverie comes out before I'm all done that. No? Okay. Phew. Oh, you mean it ties up everything like afterwards? I see. I'll follow eventually. I follow. Okay. So eventually in the year 2075, when we get to being able to finish those games, I'll be able to play those. It's very confusing to me. It's very confusing to me. Gambling should be a piece of cake after using that stuff. Wait, what stuff are you using? I have heard that. I have heard that. That it is coming. I feel like the way I'm playing this with Geofront was picked up by Falcom. Yeah, it was confirmed. But basically, as far as I know, like, I don't believe it as much, but like, I guess, is Falcom like a proper Japanese, like, sort of like Square back in the day type of thing? Or I guess Enix would be probably a better take on it, before Square and Enix melded together. But like, Square sort of knew like Final Fantasy sells in the States, right? Whereas Dragon Warrior back in the day would sell like ridiculously around in Japan, but they never thought it would sell well in the West. And then until they melded their companies or merged their companies. Oh, really? Never knew. But anyways, so like, I mean, I remember reading old EGMs back in the day, stuff like the old Dragon Warrior games. There used to be a law. I don't know if it was a law, but more of probably like just something that like Japan shared. Like, Enix at the time was not allowed to release a Dragon Warrior game during the week, because they knew that salarymen would book the day off of work to play the game. So they were only allowed either to, I think it was like, you know, just not during the school year. Like they could do it during holidays, or they could do it during the summer break type of thing. But yeah, or a weekend. Yeah, like because it was like, there's so many people that wanted to play the Dragon Warrior, which is now known as the Dragon Quest series to you and I. But yeah, it's not a Jordanism that we just made up. I remember reading that numerous times, and I always thought that was hilarious, because you never see that in America or Canada. Like that's just how addicted people got to those games, and I feel bad because I've never really played a Dragon Quest or a Dragon Warrior game. We've tried our damnedest to play 11, and I always run into a rut or something else to play. And we'll try it again. We'll get it over. But I'm happy that Square Enix is doing the good old school look. Some remasters. I believe they're doing Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Warrior 3. And they're remaking it look like Octopath Traveler, if you've played that. I haven't, but it looks like that. So they're redoing, like, it looks like old school pixels. But they're just adding a little bit of pizzazz to it. So I'm looking forward to it. I will eventually play 11. Every time I go to play it, something else pops up, and I'm like, oh, we'll forget about it. But it's on Game Pass now, and the S version's there. I own Dragon Quest 11, the original, on my PlayStation 4. I put in like 60 hours and I hit a stopping point. The last time we streamed it, yes, I'm going to play the S version. But the last time we played it, I waited too long, and then when I went back to it, I got murdered by an octopus. So I will, when I do get back into it, I'll just play it on Game Pass, which is the S version, which has far more. Like, it's got better music. It's got the old pixel look. You know, you hit a button to go through that. So we'll get into it. It'll be there. And if I have to at worst buy it on Game Pass, usually Game Pass is really nice. If it's going to get removed, they usually offer a huge discount. I'll pick it up on it. Or usually those discounts apply on PlayStation as well. Wherever I want to play it, we'll find it. These men are so mad. about this little poker game. Quite the class clown we have here. Acquaintance of yours. Not like we squat about him. No. Hold the phone, a 5 of a kind versus a straight flush. I mean, to me, doesn't this sound like both of these players have been cheating? Like, those are like legitimately like 1,000,000 to 1 hands. It was a 1,000,000 to 1 shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1. Have you ever had Fusilli Jerry shoved up your rectum? Well, yeah, Lecter, I for sure think he's cheating. Oh, you never know. But Gantz, everyone said he was such a shitty gambler, and now he's made it big. I just feel the both of them are cheating, and just both of them have run into who's the better cheater. That's my thought. I can't lose. I can't. Well, it looks like you lost. He's going to have to pay back them gambling debts. After further protest and shouting, Gantz became overwhelmingly exhausted and passed out. Due to his condition, the SSS decided to carry him back to his hotel room. That nice suite that he's got. Where are those lovely hostesses? Maybe they could give him a little bit of a rim job and wake him up. He may not have been the hardest worker, but he was a kind man. There's not a soul in Mainz who disliked him. I mean, how nice of it is that the mayor has showed up. Not for a rim job, but, to share just how nice he is and how appreciated he is in the mining community. Have you played Azure? Baker tells me that this is actually probably one of the worst games, and Azure is his favorite. And I've actually enjoyed my time with this game. Like, I like the Trails in the Sky series. I think I like this one a little bit better, even though that the story doesn't make any sense 95 hours in. But he tells me that Trails to Azure was his favorite game. And we generally have a good connection. Like, I'm looking forward to them, and of course they all get on me about wait until you get into the Cold Steel series. I mean, those will knock your socks off. But do you know, like, I thought I've seen some gameplay Trails to Reverie. That's a 3D game like Cold Steel, right? Of what I've seen it, they've added. I thought I saw a Japanese playthrough of some guy sharing his stuff on YouTube. They just changed up a few things on it again, but for the most part, they keep everything sort of the same. Judging by their silence, I think Lloyd and Tio seem to agree with me. I don't want to say anything unsubstantiated, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities, so we can't rule it out. Gantz? On drugs? I mean, look, we have to remember, this is a drug, okay? We don't have to be talking about the blue meth from Walter White. We could just be referring to just something as simple as a beer. Maybe he got roofied by Bill Cosby. Poor Mayor Bixon. He's getting a little upset because we're throwing out the drug talk. Maybe Bixon's into the blue meth. Know that if you write some libel piece based on pure speculation, I will lead minds and its people in protest. Oh, come on. Take it easy for a second. I don't plan on writing an article on this, mister. Would you do us a favor, Mayor Bixon? I'd like to go through Gantz's personal belongings. We want to see if he's got those monster condom dons just waiting on through his wallet. They're probably long expired too. I feel like if he found something of a personal nature, this wouldn't flow in court. Mayor Bixson can't give the okay. Our friend Gantz here is knocked the fuck out for whatever reason. We can't go searching his personal stuff without his okay. I don't care what type of judge you get signing off on this. Can I find these stimulants to boost my perception or something? Randy wants to get in on these, doesn't he? Well, Tio. Sorry, Tio Tot. You know I didn't mean it like that. I understand you wish to keep Mr. Gantz's reputation intact. However, please envision the scenario where he is in fact consuming drugs. If the situation were to remain unhandled, it could pose a threat to himself and others. Yeah, there's a lot of side effects that might pop up. And that's what we are scared of. Lloyd carefully examined Gantz's pockets, making sure not to wake him. Wait, what, you don't want to wake him up while we're doing something possibly illegal? Oh, he's got Viagra. Pretty shade of blue. I mean, it could be meth, could be blue meth, but it could also be Viagra. What's wrong with the man keeping it up all night? Look, he had a couple of nice looking girls in there the other day. So, you know, they're going to make him work hard for it, and he's going to have to work for it. So, a chronic disease? What chronic disease do you know of that forces you to take these blue pills? Now we're confiscating these pills? We are doing so many wrong things here. We did not have the right to search him. This is all just very, very wrong. Wait until he lawyers up. None of these things will fit. And in the end, you're probably going to end up getting some type of mistrial thrown against us. And we're going to get sued as a police department because we searched him when we weren't legally allowed to. I'm not liking how this is going to look. Now we have suspicions of an illegal drug circulating throughout Crossbell, right? I just want to ask my wife when dinner may be, just so I have an idea of if I have to call it a day soon or not. I'll be right back. The wrap it up sign was given. So we'll sort of finish off what this story part is and call her a day. I would have thought the mafia was big into the drug trade, and although to the contrary, illegal drugs hardly ever show up in Crossbell. Are we like Japan? Drugs are messy business. One misstep and they'll spread to neighboring countries like the plague. But someone's going to make money from this, right? I've heard the 1st Division monitors them closely, and thanks to the pressure from Bonerville and Calvert, Ravash is smart enough to read the room. So no drugs, essentially. Something about these pills, though. It's a lovely shade of blue. That's why Walter White's meth sold so well. What's wrong, Tio? More importantly, what do you intend on doing with the pills? Flush them down the toilet. Put it into the water system. Let's go talk with the chief. And while we're at it, give him a report on what the Hey You raid was all about, and the mafia's fighting each other, chance of illegal drugs, and we don't even know what's going on with Gantz. I've only known you guys for 4 months, but I'm starting to think you've matured a lot since we first met. What's with the sudden praise? It's gonna get you nowhere, Grace. Almost as high as the ones you've had for your brother Lloyd. Right? Great. Don't you bring up Guy. When she was a newbie at the CNS, Guy helped him out more than times she can count. But in the end, her case went cold, and she's happy that the team wished finally became a reality. Oh, sorry, Sergey may get angry if I talk about that one a little bit too much. I've gotten an event to cover, so I'm gonna have to skedaddle. I won't write any articles about this drug stuff. Bye-bye! She just ghosted us after dropping some shitty things. That's always great. Yeah, no one likes getting their dick teased, but, you know, that's where we are with that. That's unfortunate. Well, even if it's concerning Guy, I don't really have time to think about it because he's dead, so it doesn't matter. We got the Hey You raid, Ravash's current situation, and now these blue meth pills. We've got a lot on our plate. Let's put that aside of what Grace told us and ask the chief how we should proceed. Hopefully, he's got something to help us out back at the SSS office. But with that, and before we get to do that, that's where I call it a day. I want to thank Dark Fantasy Realms for coming on in and shooting the shit with me for at least a few moments. It's good. I know it wasn't the long stream we're all hoping for. I got home later than anticipated, and it's time for Din Din, and I don't want to anger Mrs. P. She's worked hard. Little guy's sleeping in behind me, and before you know it, God knows how late it gets. Thank you again for having yourself a good day. Don't overdo it, and we'll be back tomorrow with more of this, because somehow every time I finish playing this off of a short stream, it's always like going right into some type of giant mission or something, and I'm anticipating something happening that's going to be exciting. So tomorrow morning, we'll be back at it for a much longer stream. Have yourself a pleasant evening, Dark Fantasy Realms, and we're going to bounce on out for tomorrow's stream. Have a good one, folks. As Kenny Omega says, it's time for me to bid you adieu. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to say goodbye and good night. Bang. We'll see you tomorrow with more Trails from Zero. Bye-bye, everybody. Meow.